Hello, and a big welcome to all of you out there who are listening and watching this program today. And we are all on the other side of the earth, for me, in South Africa. Welcome to Miret Hammes. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so curious, South Africa. I have heard a lot about it, but never been there. And I want to hear a lot about this. Please tell us what you're doing and how it is in South Africa.
Well, just as living in South Africa, we're quite a colorful nation. We can always make the joke that we're the naughty children in the back of the classroom, always making jokes about everything all around the world. We're very light-hearted people, always having a good time. It's a very colorful nation. It's very,
Mm.
very colorful, never a dull moment. Um, yeah, as everybody has their good sides and their bad sides, we try to focus on the good, but it's a wonderful place to live and there's lots to see, lots to do, and it's quite the country itself and people, we've got such a strong bond with each other as a nation, which is awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, it's great to hear because you hear about everybody else complaining and the neighbors is like that, and
Mm,
so yeah, it's great to hear. And
yes.
I've heard it's very beautiful in South Africa.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, we've got amazing different landscapes of all sorts. I mean, you've got we've got the Karoo Desert here. I mean, we've got the Drakensberg where we sometimes get snow. We've got like lots of diversity. We've got the Kruger Park with all the wild animals and stuff. We've got Natal that's almost like a rainforest area. It's
Oh,
beautiful, so
wow.
beautiful. Yeah,
Wow.
different parts everywhere. Yes, mountain ranges, just flat, wetlands, different. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Have to go
Yes.
there one day.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, you are doing something with horses, and
Yes.
tell us about it.
So I'm a horsemanship instructor in South Africa. Um, I'm not at the top big yet. I would love to be working my way up there, but I'm still very young, so that does, it does count against me being so young in the industry. But my main goal is just as just as a horsemanship instructor is to spread awareness of our relationship with our horses, how we see them, how we perceive them, how we work with them, and everything, and turn it around because there's a very set way of doing things, especially in your norm equestrian way, especially in your English industry, of how to do things and how not to do things, and anything else is taboo you know. I mean, you don't ever hear of somebody saying, "Oh, I'm going to take my horse for an outride in a rope halter." Oh, you don't do that. Why would you want to do that? We have to put the bridle on and all of that. And my dream and my goal is to be able to spread a different idea of being with horses and riding horses and just look at them a little bit differently than what we've been told to.
And that is just in our way to think as well.
Mm,
We love to do other things with the horses, and just to see them as an individual, not a thing that you should
mm,
use to ride and have a good time on. You can have a good time on the ground as well with your horse.
yes.
Mm.
No, definitely. And that's the foundation, which I love, is working from the ground first because everything you do on the ground translates to the saddle.
Mm.
If my horse can't do certain things on the ground, how am I expecting him to do it in the saddle? If my horse can't confidently pop over a jump with me asking him or her to do it, how am I asking them to jump with me on top of them? And we think of it as just jumping, but I look at it more from an emotional side and break it down as horses are natural claustrophobic animals. So for you, it's like, oh, it's just a pole. He knows how to jump. It's fine.
Mm.
But does he really understand? And
Yeah.
a lot of times I found that horses don't actually understand what we want from them. They just do it. they're awesome learners and they've just learned to adjust to what we want. It doesn't
Mm.
mean that they actually understand.
That's right. They want to please us. Yeah.
Yes, they're awesome, which is
Mm.
amazing and sad at the same time because they're awesome with giving us what we want, but we never turn around and say, okay, well, what about you?
Mm.
What do you need? What do you need from me as your human? What
Yeah,
can I do to help you?
that's right. And it's so common, as you said, people who come, they should ride the horse, and the horse is telling us so much. Maybe it's ears back or the tail is whispering, and oh, she's
Mm.
always like that when I saddle her. And you never
And
get to the thing that why is she
yeah,
doing this? Mm.
so we just normalize behaviors. We
Yeah.
have just, as equestrians, it's quite a big downfall, I find, that we have normalized behaviors. Horses not standing at the mounting block, horses struggling to load, horses wanting to bite when we tack them up. Anything small, if you grab the whip, the horse wants to run forward. We normalize behavior. A horse walking on top of you. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not okay. It's
No.
your horse talking to you. Horses are giving us feedback the whole time. And we take it so personally. Us as humans take everything personal. We're like, oh, he hates me or he doesn't like that. It's not that. Don't take it personal. Your horse is telling you he needs something or there's something missing. Work on it. We're just too dumb to see it. Well, not to not see it
Mm.
in actual
That's
fact.
right. And how is people taking this that you are different? Are they open to it, or do you have your complicated riders there?
Um, I must say I've been very lucky to have amazing clients that are very open and understanding to what I have to say. And they kind of go, oh my gosh, why didn't anybody ever teach me this? And funny enough, is I have a lot of people that get angry at all the instructors but why didn't they teach us this?
Mm.
And my response would be is you can't be upset with your instructor if they couldn't teach you this because they didn't know either. You
That's
can't
right.
blame somebody for not having the knowledge how to do something or not having the knowledge of understanding that.
Mm.
So I've been very, very lucky to have people that are like asking questions, happy to engage. But then I do have some people, it's very difficult to move away from the know-how. If the horse doesn't want to do it, then we get hard, we pull,
Mm.
we kick, we smack, whatever. And it's very difficult for them to make that mind shift. And instead of going from a aggressive point of view and saying, no, you will, saying, okay, take a step back, how can we fix it? And they find it very difficult. And people do find it quite emotional when I get deeper into the psychology and I explain to them how the horse sees things. They get quite upset with me. I'm used to it. I'm used to it because it's a bit like of a rude awakening, but I don't mean to be rude. I'm just trying to tell you, hello, have you thought about this?
Mm.
And then it's not here to hurt anyone's feelings or upset anyone. I just take the blinkers off for a few seconds and look what's going on around you and don't just
Mm.
look in a straight line and in one lane.
And many times I have found that people they will not accept it because they have done this for so long time. If you accept it and you say, wow, you're right, then your mind will go, how have I treated my horse for 50 years? This is not good.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yes. It's exactly like that. For me, it's about never ending self-improvement. So don't beat yourself up because of how you did it. What matters is the now, is how can I do
Mm.
it differently now? I've got an awesome mentor here in South Africa. She's got one of the largest equine skeletal collections, and she does studies on the skeletons. And when you go to her clinics, people walk away all white-faced because, oh my gosh, I've been doing this, and this wrong, and I don't even
Yeah.
want to touch my horse. It's not about that. Like you've seen now what can happen if you don't do it correctly, or what are the complications if you write incorrectly with incorrect text. So how do you prevent it? That's what it's about. How can we do it better next time? Don't beat
Mm.
yourself up because it doesn't help. We can blame ourselves for years.
Yes, that's
taking
right.
the first step forward.
Mm.
And that's the
Wh-
attitude that you should have. Oh, sorry, yeah?
No, I'm just curious, where did you get your knowledge from? Lost confidence in the saddle? I can help. My Get Back on the Horse program is designed to help you overcome fear and enjoy riding again. Let's get you back in the saddle with confidence. Click the link in description to join.
So where I got my knowledge from was I first didn't have anyone to actually help me when I was younger. I had a horse that had massive problems, and like many instructors here, she only knew how to just compete, ride, school horses and jumping. She didn't know how to actually work with problem horses, and we don't have a lot of people that know how. And it was by pure luck and just the universe, I guess, that led me to research and find many people. And I found a lady not far from where I used to ride, and she was a horsemanship instructor. She was one of the actual first certified instructors in South Africa. Not a lot of people know that. Her name, also a German surname. Her name Frida is Frida Gutzian, and she's actually Pirelli certified instructor.
Mhm.
And I learned a lot from her. A lot of my knowledge came from her. And then from that self-study with other, horsemanship instructors, just opening up my eyes and ears. And,
Yeah.
if you see a little video somewhere, listen to it.
Mm.
You take two things what you learn from someone, what you want to learn and what you don't want to, what you want and what you don't want. And
Mm.
my basic stuff really came from her, and spending 5 years with her on her farm, working with all sorts of horses, different problems, different issues. And yeah, she was my
And
very big foundation.
And when you get into it, you get curious because
Mm,
you can see what you can do with the horse without harming them and to talk to
mm,
them and just understand what they want. And then
mm,
you get more curious and as you said, you look at videos and you
mm.
connect to other people. Yeah, that's great.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, going with lessons with like international instructors. I mean, I was also for a while with the South African Lipizzaners. It's like the Spanish riding school, but in South Africa, where they're a branch from the Spanish riding school in South Africa. And also getting lessons from their instructors from Vienna and such. And, in getting some of those knowledge and applying it to what I do, or how can I change it to what I would like and what it's amazing.
Mm,
And just
right.
building up your own system that works for you, but also that's dynamic and that can work with anybody and any horse.
Mm. And you're talking
Because it's
about this Vienna riding school that is quite different. But when you think about it, when you think back in their history, they have always read the horse. They have
mm,
always worked with the horse, not with these cruel things. They had take it step
mm.
by step and really yeah, been with the horse.
Yeah, so that's a very traditional and they do have a very traditional way of working with horses, which is there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's been going on for, I mean, how many years, and they've been
Mm,
successful. And a lot of people have a misconception because they don't know how the trainers get the horses to perform these movements. They don't see the training process. So yes, I've had a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's abuse," but they have not seen the hours put into those horses,
that's right.
like getting the piaffe,
Mm,
teaching the piaffe. It's literally just getting the horse to engage first and giving one high step. They don't smack the legs and start getting the horse to give a nice piaffe. They really take their time to train and understand.
mm,
But again, they have also a very set way of doing things. Um, so if I were to walk in to the ride, into the Spanish riding school, or like the South African Lipizzaners here, and say, "Oh no, we put on the rope halters. We don't need our cavesons, and we don't need that," they'll look at me a bit skew and say no. But because stallions, obviously safety comes first, but they would look at me a bit differently. But if I were to get in depth about the psychology, maybe they would change a few things or look at things differently. But
Mm.
they do have a very good understanding of how to, train the horses and how to
Yeah.
get what they want without being mechanical,
Mm.
well, too
Mm.
mechanical.
Yeah. And what is the problem today? I think that the problem is that people they have no time. They are stressed. They wanted to go piaffe with their horse tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Um, I find the big problem for me, I find, is that they don't continue with self-improvement and self-knowledge or anything. It's quite sad, and it's not that I'm being, you know, biased or anything, but I don't see like instructors, even your normal riding instructors. Most of the instructors here are people that have competed. I've competed until a certain level, and now I can teach. There's nothing that there's not a lot of them that go and do their exams and do have that knowledge to make sure I've got everything that I need to be where I need to be. And then they're happy where they are. They don't thrive for self-improvement. They don't thrive for, knowledge. They're just happy where they are.
Mm.
And they get stuck in that mindset. They don't go, oh, but why do you do it like that? Or why do you do it differently? If they tell you to do it like this, then you do it like this. There's no way around it or doing it differently.
Mm. That's right. That's right. So, how do you instruct? Do you go to people, or they come to you, or how do you do this?
So I'm mainly a freelance instructor, so I travel to my clients. Because I mean, it's difficult to bring a horse to me that doesn't want to load. So
Oh, yeah.
I mainly travel to my clients. I do have a few people that do come and ride by me, but I'm not a riding school
No.
because it's a different atmosphere. And obviously what's being taught in riding schools and what I want to teach is two completely different things.
Mm.
Um, so I freelance. Yes, I do teach normal riding lessons in the sense, but I add my horsemanship to it.
Yeah.
Um, I do teach jumping, I do teach dressage, I do teach eventing and stuff, but I add the horsemanship with it into it. So,
Mm.
and also a very big thing for me is I want my students all to be, self-assessing people. If something isn't going right, stop. Let's talk about it. Don't just go, oh, it's the horse, he's not doing it correctly.
Mm.
Did you ask the right question? Was my body correct? Did my horse understand the question? You have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. And unfortunately, a lot of people here, if something isn't going their way, they don't, they either fix it with a smack or let's put spurs on, we put a bigger bit in, and then we'll sort the problem out.
Mm.
They don't have the knowledge to go, okay, how can we help the horse through this? Or how can I help the person through this? Because it's all very, like I said again, and it's sad because, look, as South Africans, we are actually very, like I said, we're very nice people, but there's this part of us that's very closed off, and certain things are as they should be for them. So if an instructor doesn't know how to get a horse into the box, they are either going to beat it into the box or they're going to get lunge ropes and they're going to just shove that
Mm.
horse into the box.
Mm.
And some of their attitudes are like, well, it's in. That's what we wanted.
Mm.
And unfortunately, that's the
That's
sad
right.
thing.
That's right. I've been there myself in my younger days. That was also the way to do it because you never
Mm,
knew another way, and
mm,
you always heard that it's a big animal and you should be in charge. Otherwise,
mm,
it would be dangerous. So we have all been there, but
mm.
as you said, yeah, open your mind and read the horse.
Yes. And can I tell you, Anne, what's like amazing for me is, I mean, we're in a whole new era when it comes to horses at the moment. But
Mm.
can I tell you how many people that have phoned me to ask me to come help them with the horse, or like I need to help them train the horse to get in the into the horse box. How many people tell me, "Oh, can I please help them?" Like, we just need to show the horse that they're the boss, they're the dominant one.
Mm.
And it's so sad that we still have that attitude of you need to dominate, dominate your horse and make sure he knows your boss. It's not about that at all. I
No.
mean, horses don't have a boss. They have a lead mare. Yes, they've got a bossy horse in the herd, but they don't listen to the bossy horse.
No.
They listen to the one that's the leader, the one that keeps them safe, the one that makes the decisions.
Mm.
That's the one that they listen to. And they're prey animals. You cannot train a horse through punishment. It's impossible. You cannot train a horse through punishment. And for me, if I'm working with a horse and I'm trying to show him something or help him through something, I'm not telling him, "Hey, I'm the boss. I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you to get in this horse box." My attitude going in is like, "Hey, I'm a human. I think you know how humans think, but I'm a different human. I'm gonna speak your language, and we're gonna talk a language together, and I'm gonna help you through this because I'm your partner. I'm your partner through this, and you can do what you need to do. Tell me how you feel, and I'll help you through this."
Mm.
And that's what the relationship should be. And a lot of people don't have that. If the horse isn't standing still while taking up, well, they keep smacking it, or they just leave it for it to move and move while they're taking it up, and then they just get irritated. Why is my horse moving while it's taking up? They don't take that, dissect it, and help the horse. And that's what I find. I mean, we need to be there for our horses.
Mm.
Our job is to make him feel safe. If your horse feels safe with you, oh boy, you're already on the right path.
Yeah, that's right. And that takes time and effort. And many times when you get a horse, it has been through a lot of
Mm,
people who didn't understand it, so you have quite a work with them.
yes, it's like you said, people don't have time. It's
No.
exactly like you said, people don't have time, and they don't want to take the time to get something right because it takes longer. It's a lot easier to do the quick fix than
Mm.
actually take the time and invest yourself into studies or into a horse to improve yourself and the horse. It's a lot easier for us to get the shortcut and get the wanted behavior or whatever we want. It's just a
Yeah,
lot
in the
easier.
first place, but when you continue with the horse, you will get into trouble later on. It's better to make the groundwork and make it work
Mm,
from the beginning.
yes, I mean, a lot of the problems are actually from the ground. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, and if you're not consistent as a human with your horse saying, "Hey, let's not do that. Hey, let's not do that," they later take over and they just do what they want, but not because they're bad. Like I've never met a horse that was born bad.
No.
We made we made them like this.
Mhm.
99% of horses' problems come from us, and we need to be held accountable for it. But
Yeah.
we're not.
Want to get back on the horse? Grab my free mini course. It's packed with simple tips to help you overcome anxiety and get back on your horse again. Click the link below to download. No, as you said, it's easier and it is easier say that the horse is crazy because you can't
Mm,
handle it. Um,
yeah.
but I've seen so many cases, and especially after I started the podcast, I have been talking with so many clever and good people who know how to handle a horse, and they have so
Mm,
many fantastic stories about, yeah, I
mm.
came to a horse and it was dangerous, but now it's okay. What are people saying about your work when you come out to a student the first time and you show them this and this and this and the horses uh, like, hmm?
The one thing that I have had a lot, and this is just a personal thing, is I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, is I've had people that say, "You are so nice,"
Hmm?
which is quite a weird thing to say, is that you're so nice. Um, because I've had students tell me up front, "I do well with somebody that screams and shouts at me." So for them to have somebody that's soft and that doesn't lose the marbles or anything and doesn't scream and shout or get angry is quite a different take, and that doesn't get angry or frustrated at the horse. I take my time and I do what I need to do without losing my cool. And also with my students,
Mm,
that they go, you're too nice, or you're so nice. So for me, that's also a reflection of, what are their experiences with past instructors.
mm,
That it's something to be feared. It's someone that you have to be scared of, and that's not the thing. But the one thing that I have had also going to people and what they say, it's they always tell me they wish they knew this sooner.
mm.
They wish
Exactly.
they knew this sooner. They wish they had this knowledge sooner. And also they feel stupid because it's actually so simple. The basic knowledge and the basic equine psychology and the breakdown, it's so simple. We
Mm,
don't even think about it. It's so
no.
simple. It sounds ridiculous.
Mm,
It's yeah, I it's the small things and you go, oh, and it's just doing things a little bit differently that can change your your horse's perspective about you
mm,
and go, oh, because horses are, like you said, are so clever and they have us, you know, they can analyze us very quickly and go,
mm,
I know how to get away with stuff and I know how humans are. And then when you get someone that actually knows how to talk to them and work with them, they go, oh, okay, this is different.
mm.
And the
Right.
horses start acting differently. And one thing I do have is it's I think it's like a bit of a recurring joke is my clients will tell me, oh, the horse is doing this, oh, the horse is doing this, doesn't want to stand still when we put the blanket on. He just freaks out when we put the blanket on. And then when I come and I do the desensitizing work with the horse and I do what I need and the horse goes quiet and they go, oh yeah, it's only because you're here. Now he's behaving himself. And it's not about the horses behaving himself with me. It's about the fact that I know how to approach him, to get him to understand, this is what I want, this is what we're gonna do.
Mm,
And are we okay with this? Can I put the blanket on? Are you okay?
mm.
Checking in the whole time. It's stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. It's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it. I can see it. That, yeah, it's because you are here. He's behaving. Yeah.
And I've got a very sweet, sweet client, and her horse sometimes struggles to load, and she struggles because the body language isn't there and the communication between
Mm,
her and her horse isn't there. And then she'll phone me and so she'll say, oh, I can't get the horse into the horse box. And I'll tell her, don't worry, I'm 5 minutes away. I'll be there.
mm,
And I've I'm at the point where I've stopped intervening too much when it comes to my students. I take a step back. So instead of going and taking over and telling her, wait, I'll show you how to do it, I go and I sit and I just talk her through what she needs to do because having timing and feel is a difficult thing to learn. And
mm.
seeing when is the right moment to add and when to take away. And just by me sitting there and just literally talking her through what she needs to do,
Yeah.
within 5 minutes, the horse is in.
Mm.
And then I tell her, don't tell me it's because I was here because I didn't touch him.
Well, that's
You
right.
did that on your own.
Yeah.
I could do it, yes. There's no point in me coming and doing it for you because you
No.
need to do it on your own.
Mm.
You need to be able to work through it on your own.
Hi. If you love horses and want to learn more about riding, training, and building a deeper bond, join my monthly membership. You'll get expert advice, live workshops, and a supportive community of horse lovers. Click the link in description to join. Are there many of you in South Africa or are you alone in the area?
No, no. Well, in our area here, where I am alone. There are quite a few excellent horsemen, obviously different styles and stuff, a little bit more north of me. We have we're like a rare species. It's not there's not a lot of us. It's a handful. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, also the community is quite spread out. We're not a very close community of horsemen. Um, yeah, we're not a very close community, but there are different people. And funny enough, I find that we don't actually support each other enough. That's my personal opinion,
Yeah.
is that if I do follow, I mean, I follow all the different horsemen in the country, and I try to and watch and see what they do
Hmm.
and listen, but they won't do the same. It's a very one-sided thing,
Okay.
unfortunately. And that's the one thing that I find in our industry, it's a very self-centered industry. You know,
Mm.
it's me, myself, and I, and we
Yeah.
can't give the spotlight to someone else because, God forbid.
Yeah. I know. Do you have riding schools there as well?
Yeah, yeah, we've got lots of riding schools. We
Mm.
do, yes. But I do find the knowledge is very stuck in some of the riding schools. It's very basic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are happy to stay with that and just go on with the normal stuff.
Mm.
You're not going to go to a riding school and, you know, not a lot of people do theory. Not a lot of people go into groundwork. I mean, I promise you, you will not
No.
really find a riding school that does groundwork lessons. I was very privileged. There was a little town not far from here. It's in another province. And it's actually a dear friend of mine and also a horsemanship instructor. And we were both instructors at this yard. And we had a whole system of doing things differently because we said we don't want this to be a normal riding school. And we had a system of believing in, this week we do jumping, this week we do pole work, this week we do dressage only, this week we do like it's like obstacles, like eto
Mm.
obstacles, trail obstacles. Then this week we're only doing groundwork. If it rains, come, we're gonna do theory work, know your tack, know your horses, know your equine knowledge, know all of that, We did lots of those. We've got a discipline in South Africa called Western Mounted Games, and we were like, well, this week we're doing Western Mounted Games. And unfortunately, a lot of riding schools are discipline set. If you jump, and that's all we do here. It's very
Mm.
rare that they do more than that because they don't know. It's not their fault. They don't have more knowledge or have extra things that they can do. They only jump, 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 or they only do dressage,
Mm.
you people are very set here. They are very scared to do multidiscipline stuff. I've also found. So like I've got a jumping student, and I said to her, "Oh, your horse is gorgeous." I said, "We need to take her to a dressage show. Like, go do a nice little novice test." No, it's boring. That's because she doesn't have an understanding of dressage.
Mm.
She doesn't
Really?
know what it's about.
No.
She doesn't know she doesn't actually know dressage. And I've had two students that their horses have had to be in a rehab program since last year, November. And because the horses couldn't walk, they had to be stable rested, and then we had to bring them on really slowly. And I'm talking like 8 weeks of only walking work. Like, what do you do for 8 weeks walking only?
Yeah.
So I said to them, well, we're going to do groundwork. We're going to do some of the ridden work, the horsemanship ridden work.
Mm.
And they found it so fun. And then we started becoming more specific with the horses. And that's where I think that's also where I enjoy the more classical work is, can I get my horse to soften with a nice soft feel and give me softness, get that nice self carriage. And oh, that was just so nice. And then I told them, well, let's do a dressage show. And the girls were like, oh, they don't know. And then when I actually explained the dressage and we started doing exercises and they started seeing the accuracy and how dressage can influence and help their jumping, they enjoyed it.
Mm.
And that's what's lacking. That's what's lacking here with instructors and in riding schools. It's just that one mindseted thing of doing things. And if they don't understand or don't like something, they don't try and make it a pleasant experience. Oh, it's fine. You don't like dressage. Yeah, no, let's just keep jumping. Let's just keep jumping. Jump, jump, jump.
Mm.
And we never take the time to do things slowly and really get things good. And I mean, like a very simple exercise, So yes, these horses are jumping fantastic. These two students of mine with the rehab program before everything happened,
Mm.
the horses jump beautifully.
Mm.
But
But they
doing
are
everything
in
right,
the rehab program.
yes, they're on a rehab program.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So
No,
something
before,
happened. Yes.
yes. No,
Mm.
that was all farrier fault. That was all farrier fault that messed
Okay.
up the horse's legs,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Mm.
The farrier took too much. The horses had no heels left and they just kept coming up lame. So I told them they have to have the horses x-rayed and see what's going on because we can't keep giving meds and the horses keep turning up lame.
No.
It started becoming a concern for me. So, but before that, the horses were jumping and they were doing their thing. And for them, the horses are jumping. So they okay with their job, but little did they know that the horses are actually so unsure about small things. The horses can't even back up over a pole, but it's jumping. Why can't my horse back up
Mm.
over a pole?
Yeah.
Can I stand next to a pole and ask my horse to move the right leg and put it over a pole and move the hind right leg and put it over a pole? Can you stand over the pole?
Mm.
No, they can't. So is there
No.
really an understanding about using their body and understanding what they're actually doing? No, I don't think so. But yeah, luckily the horses are doing better. They're cantering now and doing pole work. So hopefully by the end of the year they'll be jumping again and finish with the rehab program.
One thing you can use also, if people think that dressage is boring, um, tell them that maybe your horse think it's boring to jump always. Mm.
Yes. No, no, 100%.
Mm.
I mean, people, the very one set mine are going, oh, we've got moments of going, oh, I don't want to do this again. Your horse sees you coming, going, oh my gosh, we're gonna jump again.
Yeah.
Gonna jump again.
Mm. Exactly. Exactly.
We never spice things up. We never go, well, today I'm not gonna ride you. Today I'm gonna take you for a walk
Yeah.
out and go graze.
Go
Your
for a
horse's mind will be
swim.
blown.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
your horse will not know what to think. He's like, what happened to her? We always just jump, and now
Mm.
she's taking me to go out grazing.
Yes.
And that's what it's about for me, is changing our perspective and our horses.
Mm.
Because we get so stuck in a routine, like a little rat race.
Mm. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to hear that this has come to South Africa as well, because we want to do this worldwide and open up eyes everywhere for the horses' sake.
Mm.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to tell us about South Africa? Anything? What do you have a kind of horses there?
Oh, so a lot of outsiders don't know this. So we've got a breed in South Africa that's South African only,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to say it as we translate it just directly in Afrikaans. It's called a boerperd. And boer meaning farm, and perd is obviously horse. So it's a horse that was bred in one of the Anglo-Boer Wars. And it's a very diverse little breed that we have here in South Africa. It's
Mm-hmm.
super for any from children to adults. Um, I'm trying to think, how can I explain the boerperd to you? They're quite smaller. You don't get tall. They're not very tall horses. They're not like warm bloods. It's like a hot blood, cold blood crossing,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
small and diverse. Very
Mm.
small and diverse horses that are super. Especially if you cross them with larger breeds, like a thoroughbred or a warm blood.
Mm.
They are very nice little sport horses, and they are very diverse. We do carriage driving with them.
Yeah.
They do jumping, dressage. It's a very nice breed that's from South Africa that's very, very diverse in their disciplines. I mean, they also do gated work with them as well. Some of the breeders do gated work with them as well. So a lot of people don't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you have a thoroughbred as well. I have a friend whose father is breeding thoroughbred in South
Oh yeah.
Africa, and
Oh.
yeah, so that is also a breed that I know of there.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, no, I mean, I think South Africa, we're so far away. People don't really know um a lot about our equine industry and what we have. We actually are very lucky and blessed. In the African continent, I think we do have quite excellent high class facilities. Obviously not the type that you would get overseas, like in the US or in Europe. But I mean, I do think that an equestrian coming from Europe to South Africa would be quite like surprised by
Mm.
the top quality arenas and stuff
Yeah.
and competitions we do hold. Look, it is
Mm.
sad we can't export like other countries due to African horse sickness, um, a disease that we get here. But we are actually very fortunate that we do have like really nice high class facilities
Mm,
to ride, compete with, horses. Some horses bred here, are really coming up high in the market. I mean, it's getting to the point where we are exporting horses to overseas to be
mm,
sold,
yeah.
which isn't something you really hear of. We aren't there yet, like Europe and stuff. So we do have a lot of imports, but a lot of studs are starting to breed like really nice, top quality sport horses to compete with,
Mm,
which is which is super. Yeah, and I mean, we do have leagues in South Africa where people are traveling to different, like to I want to almost sound American and say states, but like provinces where they'll go compete here and then they'll go compete there. So the main place to compete is here in Gauteng, in a place called Kalami. That is like our horsey capital, basically.
mm.
So all the big main shows are here, Horse of the Year, all of those are mainly done in Kyalami. But yeah,
Oh,
everything climbing the ladder, definitely.
yeah. That's fantastic. And it's fun also to hear you mention Pirelli that you are influenced
Mhm.
by the rest of the
Mhm.
world with the riding and
Yes,
so on. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, no, definitely. But like I said, people are scared. People are sometimes very unsure or they don't like change. But it's okay.
Mm,
I'm not
yeah.
here to I'm not here to force anyone. You can choose for yourself whether you like what you see or you don't. And if you like what you see, then go with it. And if you don't, it's fine.
Mm,
It's not supposed to be, horsemanship is not supposed to be judgmental or hateful or, you know, it's not supposed to be anything like that. It's for everyone how you choose to use it, how you choose to see it. And even if you take something small from it, that's awesome. It's going to make the world's difference to your horse.
mm,
And if you really want to go full out and do it, then yes, awesome. I'm here to help you. There's a few people that can help you go for it.
mm,
Um, I'm not like I'm not somebody that's, I want the spotlight on myself and go, oh no, my students, my people, no,
no.
don't go to this person. I mean, if you stay, it's like you don't stay with the same teacher for all the time that you're in school. You have different teachers throughout your life.
Mm,
And I've told a lot of people that I'm here in your life for now for a reason, and you're going to move on to someone else at some point because you're going to need someone else in your life, and I maybe can't be that person for you.
mm.
And it's okay. And it's
That's
okay
right.
and that's okay.
Yeah. It's a great philosophy. Yeah, really.
Mm,
And it's yeah, I don't know how to express it, but it's seems like people who are into horsemanship are more open. And as you said, you can turn on, you can go on to the next one. It doesn't matter.
mm,
And sometimes when you meet one who had been in this for years, it's only me and nothing but me,
mm,
and I teach all the things, and you don't have to see other people or listen to other
mm.
people. It's
And
yeah, it's an eye opener. Uh,
and you can't do that. The world's too big.
that's
You
right.
can't be the only person. You can't be the only person, and you cannot be the best.
No.
I always tell people because you get a lot of people that think they are the absolute best, and I always say that I will eat my hat the day I meet the person that knows everything because it's
Yeah.
impossible. It's impossible for you to meet this person that knows everything and that is the absolute best at every single thing there is.
Mm,
It's not. Yes, you get your show jumpers, they're awesome at show jumping. Your dressage riders, they're awesome at dressage. Your
mm,
Western horses, I mean, they're awesome at cow work, they're awesome at reining, they're awesome. But for me, as horsemanship, you should combine all of that. Can my dressage horse? A lot of people don't do this. Can my dressage horse go for an outride? They don't do
mm,
that. Like, no, it's not allowed to do that. Can my jumping horse do dressage? Can my Can my little hacking pony do some light jumping?
Mm.
Can we mix things up? But can we also share knowledge between instructors? I'm very lucky to be in a position also where I'm working with people who have been struggling with their horses to load, and they got in a new instructor, and she and I are working together. So she's
Mm.
giving the lessons and stuff and doing the riding work with the children. And I'll come on certain times and I'll teach her how to load the horses in the box. And then over school holidays, we'll do horsemanship lessons with her and the children, that she can also get more knowledge and get a different view of things, and that the children can also learn something different.
That's
And
great.
she's happy to like share knowledge, share ideas. People don't do that.
No.
We're too selfish. It's mine.
Mm.
So we'll bounce ideas off of each other and say, well, if you have anything, tell me. And if you have a lesson idea, tell me. It's
Mm.
it's so nice to have,
Mm.
and we don't really have that here. We don't really have that. It's very little
Okay.
that you have people that are open to talk and to share ideas and to share secrets. And that's what the people tell me, is that I'm so happy to just share my knowledge.
Mm.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy to
What
just
what should would you do with your knowledge if you're not going to share it? Mm.
exactly.
Mm.
I mean, to say, no, if you only pay me now, then maybe then I can give you a few tips.
Yeah.
Life's too short.
But you
Like
grow
life is way too
yourself
short.
when you give and give. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you influence people, is it's like a ripple effect. I start sharing my knowledge, people share it
Mm.
with other people, and then later we're all sharing knowledge together. And
Mm.
knowledge isn't something that should be held, should be kept away, or you know, it should be obtained freely for us to share and discuss, and not be a taboo
Mm.
subject,
That's right.
and not feel threatened or unsure if somebody else walks in the room and they might have some knowledge about something else.
Mm.
I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Tell me more. I
Yeah,
want to
I can
know.
learn
I
something.
want to know.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know that. And I can ask questions.
Mm.
And I will never ever walk in the room and say I'm the best person there, because I'm a human like anybody else. My
Mm.
knowledge is just different compared to yours. Doesn't make me better. Just means I see things differently than you do.
Mm.
But that's the beauty of being a human.
Yeah, that's so right. So right. Yeah, I think we have learned a little about South Africa now. It's fantastic, and for me, it's also a travel around the world with this podcast. And I thank you so much for being here today. It's been fantastic, and I hope we'll see you again.
I hope so
And
too. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. Sorry. Continue.
no, that's great. And I wish you a lot of luck with your work because we need people like you all over the world.
Oh, thank you so much.
So thank you for being here, and thanks to all of you who have been listening, watching this, and remember to be in the podcast and look at all the things we have from all over the world, and please subscribe. Have a good day, and thanks to you, Miret.
Thank you so much, and thank you, everybody.